case. For a typical Apple case unboxing, you have your little pull tab on the side there that comes right out. You can see the case itself on the front, and then a nice little unboxing experience where the top flap comes off and you can pull the case right out. And then it does come on this little cardboard that you can pop right out. And this case does have a really smooth silicone feel, which is nice. So you're going to be getting grip on top of the added protection from the case and MagSafe, which is great. As you can see, we have the MagSafe ring with the alignment magnet on the back. On the sides, we have integrated volume up and down buttons and your function button. On the back, you have your camera cutout with a raised edge. And then on the other side, you have your power button, which is also integrated, and then your camera control button in white. I love how it gives it a little bit of a pop. I feel like that's a really nice touch. On the bottom, you have a full cutout, which isn't really a big problem because you do have corners coming over the edges to protect it from falls, and then a little bit of a lip there. But you're going to be able to fit any USB-C charger into that port, and then your speakers are not obstructed in any way from either the pinhole or full cutout. Along the edges, you don't have any full integrated protection. It doesn't state that it is military grade protection. So if it comes out of your pocket or has a basic fall to the ground from a short distance, you're going to be covered most likely unless it hits at a random angle or a rock or something like that. But from a typical Apple case, you're going to be getting decent protection just out of the box. Putting the case onto the phone, it snaps in extremely nicely and easily, and there you can see the back. Obviously, it is a fingerprint magnet, so if you do want to wipe that down every day or on your shirt or whatever it is, you can get those fingerprints off. But I really like the aesthetic of the black behind the clear with the white ring. I don't know why, it just looks good, and I'm not a clear phone case type of person. And then you do have your white contrast and camera control button, which on black, you're never going to be able to miss that. So I feel like the aesthetics of this case on top of a black iPhone, or really any iPhone color for the 16 lineup, is going to work extremely well. Do I wish they kind of had a black MagSafe ring and button? Yes, just to kind of hide it all, but with the white, it does have a really nice contrast. As you can see, your camera cutout, you do have raised edges there to protect the camera lenses all the way around. Volume buttons are clicky. They are semi-hard to click in, but not so tough where you're not going to be able to click them or it's annoying to have to be able to do it. They do give good feedback, not super loud in clickiness, but very responsive. Then on the side, you have your power button, feels the exact same, so no problems there. On the sides, you do get a little bit of a lip protection all the way around the case, except for at the bottom where you do have, that little bit of an absent cutout. One other thing I do want to note is you do get a little bit of a lip on the bottom here, so it does protrude out from the bottom of the phone. So if you do drop your phone flat like this, you are getting a little bit of protection if it hits this point first. And now let's get into the camera control button, which everyone loves about this phone case and Apple's cases, even though sometimes they aren't necessarily the best, even though sometimes they aren't necessarily the best cases. They do give the camera control button on all of them, which is what everyone is looking for right now. So looking at it, you do get that little nice white contrast on the black. Pushing that in, it is extremely responsive. It opens up right away. And I just really feel like this is the smoothest way of using this device. Any other case where you have a cutout, whether it's the full cutout around it, or you have kind of the indented where it slides in, you gotta slide your finger there. It works, but it's not necessarily the best option out there. So having this camera control button, especially made by Apple, is the absolute best option. And just the fluidity of being able to get into any setting and your button presses are working without having to dig your skin into something is amazing. You can just quickly take a picture, go ahead and switch the settings, anything like that. Go ahead back to the picture, and it works extremely well. I totally get it why people want the camera control button and why cases like Spigen have been doing so well with their camera control button cases and why they're on back order, because it's just the easiest way to use the new button. Whether you want the button or not, it's here to stay. So you might as well find a case that's going to be working the best for you. Looking at MagSafe, we got our trusty MagSafe ring from Taurus. That clicks right on extremely well. All right, it's not the strongest MagSafe magnet we've ever seen. Honestly, it's actually probably one of the weakest that has MagSafe, so that's actually really disappointing. But from a charging standpoint, setting this on a dock or something like that, it's gonna work just fine. You know, it's not gonna fall off the dock at night or on a puck or anything like that. It's gonna stay on there. It's just when you bobble it up and down like that, it comes off. But overall, you know, the MagSafe is there. It works well. You put a pop socket on there, anything like that. You know, you can still pull this out without a problem. It's not going to come off going like that. You can set your case down there. Doesn't come off. You can set it like that. Doesn't push it off. So from a MagSafe perspective, definitely not high points there. You can easily get better MagSafe from a different clear case. You could go with Spigen, get their clear case with the camera control button, and they have great MagSafe. So it's just up to you and preference. Obviously, Apple is going to have them in stock. You can always order from Amazon, and they might have them in stock, and you can get it in a day or two. So personal preference there. If you're going for MagSafe alone, this one's not going to be it. From a durability perspective, you know, the case does move a little bit from pulling it from the sides, but not a whole lot. So that's kind of good to see. It does crack a little bit when you go like that. I'm not sure if that's the MagSafe or just kind of the plastic moving around, but it is something to note. But from a durability standpoint, I think it's fine. You know, you're not going to break this or get cracks in it over time, taking it on and off. It's not going to break. And the case itself isn't going to yellow over time, which is nice. One of the other things that I should point out is that this case really doesn't add much bulk on the sides or the back. It kind of feels like a normal iPhone, but with a grippy plastic. I definitely wouldn't say that this is the smallest case, but it's absolutely not the biggest case out there. In terms of using the device with the raised edges, I don't have a problem swiping back and forth. Obviously, you do clip your finger a little bit on it, but if you're staying in the middle, you know, typing or swiping or anything like that, you're really not gonna have a problem. So they ain't raised too much where it's annoying. I do have a screen protector on this, so they will be raised a little bit more if you do not. All in all, I think this is a fantastic case. It's Apple. They're going to make good stuff. Does it have military grade protection on it? No. Is it going to protect from normal scratches and everyday falls? Yes. So it's kind of up to you whether you want to get this or not, or kind of look for something else with maybe a little more protection or something with the bottom cover on it. There are other options out there. If you do want to pick this case up, I'll have a link down in the description below to Amazon. It does help out the channel, so feel free to click on that if you want to. And if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment on what you think or what I can improve on. I'm always happy to get feedback from you guys or answer any questions. So please make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.